Hello everybody. Today we're going to be talking about discounts and markups. So the first thing I want to just touch on is first of all what a discount and markup is. So a lot of times when you go to the store you can see 50% off this, 25% off that. That would be a discount. An example of a markup would be, so let's say I'm a manager at Shields and I'm going to go order some Nike sweatpants. When you go to the store and you go to buy the Nike sweatpants, let's say they're like $50. The manager at Shields, which would be me, when I bought those sweatpants to have them in my store, it did not cost me $50. In order to make money, you have to mark up the prices. So that would be an example of a markups. We're going to go over both of those today. So the next thing I want to touch on is how to find the percent of a number. So this is something that was just in our last section when we talked about percent proportions. So if I want to know what 20% of 60 is, the old way that we used to do it is we knew is percent over 100 equals is over of. So I know that this is my percent right here. So I know I'm going to have 20 over 100 equals, and then 60 is my of, so I know that's going to go on the bottom. And then I have x on top. And then I would go through and I would multiply. So I would say, okay, 100 times x is 100x equals 20 times 60 is going to give me 12, add two zeros, so 1,200. And then I'm going to divide by 100, divide by 100, and I'm going to get x equals 12. Okay, so 20% of 60 would give me 12. So that's one way you can do it. Another way, which I'm going to show you to do it, if you want to know what any percent is of a number, then you can take the number and take it times that percent as a decimal. So I'm going to take 20%, and if I want to write that as a decimal, I would move it 2 times to the right, so that's 0.20. Okay, so I want to know what 20% of 60 is. I'm going to take 0.20 times 60. So you can literally take your calculator, and if you just have, I know a lot of you don't have like the calculators at home, so if you take a phone, a lot of you have iPads, I think those have calculators on them, and you do 0.20 times 60, and that's going to give you 12. So in this video, this is the way that I'm going to start trying to find a percent of a number just because it's a little bit faster. So we'll go over many more examples like that. So let's first talk about discounts. So discounts, so again, we're finding a sale price. So generally with the discount, the price is going to go down. So a portable table tennis set costs $30 before a 30% discount. Okay, so they want us to find the sale price. So I need to find what is 30% of $30. That's the first thing I need to find. So again, I'm going to change the percent to be a decimal. So I'm going to go 1, 2. So I'm going to have 0.30 times 30. So again, I'm just going to take my calculator and I'm going to say 0.30 times 30. Okay, and I got 9. So I'm going to put equals 9. Okay, so it's asking me to find the sale price. So 30% of 30 is 9. So I'm taking it saying it's 30% off. The discount is 30%. So I'm taking 30% away. So if this is 30%, I'm going to take my 30 and I'm going to take away that 9. So my total cost would be $21. Okay. So remember, you're finding the percent of the number, and if it's a discount, you're taking it away, and if it's a markup, you're going to be adding it. So let's do another discount problem. So it says the original price of an easel is $70. The easel is on sale for 20% off. So the first thing we need to find is we need to find 20% of 70. What is 20% of 70? Okay, so I'm going to take my percent and I'm going to change it to a decimal. 1, 2. So I have 0.20 times 70. So again, you can just take your calculator, 0.20 times 70. And I get 14. So I'm going to put equals 14. Now remember, that's just what 20% of 70 is. Since the discount, we're taking it away. So I'm going to take the 70 and I'm going to subtract the 14 since that was 20% of it. And then that's going to give me, so 70 minus 10 would be 60, minus another 4 would be $56. Okay, so that was discounts. Remember, discounts, price goes down, so you're subtracting. Okay, so a markup is when you're finding the selling price, and a lot of times, like if you own a store, you have a family member that owns a store, they're doing a lot of this. So the cost to the store was 50%, and they want to mark it up 20%. So I need to figure out what is 20% of 50. Okay, so I'm going to take this, change it to a decimal, so I'm going to go 1, 2, so I'm going to have 0.20 times 50. Again, take a calculator. 0.20 times 50. That would give me 10. Okay, so I know that 20% of $50 is $10. Now this is a markup, so think price is going up. So I'm going to take that $50 and I'm going to add $10 to it. And you don't have to put the dollar signs, so you could just put 50 plus 10, either one. But either way, you're going to get $60. Now you need to have the dollar sign there, just kind of, it's kind of like a label. Okay. All right, the next one. The cost of the store was $1, it's supposed to be a decimal, $1.50, and I want to mark it up 38%. So I need to figure out 38% of $1.50 equals what? Okay, so I need to change this to be a decimal, so I'm going to move it 2 times. So I have 0.38 times 1.50. To go down to the next line. So again, even though they're both decimals, still the same thing. 0.38 times 1.50, and that's going to give me 0.57. So then I'm going to go, okay, so 57 cents is what my markup's going to be. So I am going to take the 1.50 and I'm going to add it, since the markup, to 0.57. So if you're not good with decimals, type it in. 1.50 plus 0.57, $2.07. 207, don't forget my decimal. All right, so there's kind of a how-to on how to do discounts and markups. I am going to be trying to do mainly the online book assignment, so I want to go through how to get on there. So if you go onto your Clever, which most of you should know how to get onto, and you click on your Big Ideas textbook. Remember, my screen looks a little bit different than yours, but basically the same thing. Just wait for it to load. Okay, and then you're going to click on the 3 little lines right here. And to get to your assignment, mine says assignment reports, remember yours just says assignments. You're going to click there, and then there's an assignment there that says discounts and markups, and it's open until June 2nd, so you still have a while to do it. And then if you go to that again, here I'm going to go like this just so you can see it a little bit better. It's more on the side of the screen. If you go there again and then you click on Skills Trainer, this part is just extra practice if you want to do it. And you go down to here, there's finding a sale price after discount and finding a sale price after a markup. Both of these would be very good for you to do. Any questions, feel free to send me an email.